Today on Crochet and Crumpets, I recently just made crochet my full-time living, so I'm celebrating by making about 250 cakes. Or more, we'll see. I post Tuesdays, Thursdays, and occasional Saturdays. This video might go up on Wednesday. Some edits take way longer than others, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on the bell so you get notified when I post. Hello and welcome to the cake party. So many cakes happening. I've gotten these ones done in the past couple weeks, and then I want to get the rest of these done tonight. And that sounds like a whole lot of work, so I'm going to treat myself. I'm gonna turn on my pretty electric candle. Oh, no, hold tight. I'm gonna make myself a hot tea or two. I'm going to treat myself to a lovely electric candle. I made the rookie mistake of going outside earlier today. It's been a literal 116 degrees all week, so I'm in hibernation mode for sure. I think I'm trying to trick my brain into thinking it's winter time and cold outside because I'm treating myself to red pepper and tomato soup. And I'm going to have a keto grilled cheese, which is just eating cheese straight off the block. Is what we do. Take a bite of cheese, eat a sip of soup. If you're not taking a sip of soup with your grilled cheese, you're missing out, I'm just telling you. So yes, I have quite a bit to cake up. There's a few that I'm like, should I return these? They're so pretty. I was using these for an ombre project, and that ombre project got put on the back burner, so I'm like, do I return these? So as I'm going through my yarn, I'm figuring out what I need to cake up, what I'm going to put back into the cube storage, and then I am setting aside yarn that I didn't use for projects. And I did end up going in to return a bunch of yarn at Michael's, and the funniest thing happened. It was the first time I got recognized from my crochet channel. I ran into Julie, and I also ran into Joanne.
Oh hi, you're the YouTuber.
I'm the YouTuber.
I see you.
What's your name?
I'm Joanne.
Joanne.
I'm trying to find out something to do.
Well, that's part of the fun, right? I've been recognized in public before from my vlog channel, as well as a dating show that I was on back in the day that shall not be named. But that dating show took me to Galway, Ireland, and totally inspired me to get back into crochet. I hadn't done crochet in several years, but seeing all the beautiful knit Aran sweaters in Ireland, they do more knitting there, I believe, but I was just totally inspired when I went into the Aran sweater shops. But anyway, back to Michael's. But this is the first time I was recognized for my crochet channel, which is exciting. I relaunched it a few months ago and it's growing so fast. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and for subscribing and sending me all the love. I appreciate it. And I just wanted to shout out Julie. Hey Julie, can I shout out your Instagram in a video? Perfect, I'll do that. She has an Instagram and it's called Julie's Crochet Couture. I checked it out. She makes really beautiful work, so go give her a follow. But anywho, back to drinking my sip of soup and making cakes. I'll tell you what, a good sip of soup will just turn any frown upside down. I have something coming in the mail. It won't be here for a couple days, but I do want to get everything caked tonight so it's ready for it when it arrives. So this is something that was on my wish list for my markets, because I wanted to have a rose wall backdrop. And I have this grand idea that I can make one rose every day for like 100 days, and then I'll have a rose wall backdrop. How cute! It will fit the Crochet and Crumpets vibe. It will be aesthetically pretty and pleasing and on brand. And so I ordered, I'll just tell you now, it's not that exciting. I thought a pegboard would be the perfect option because I can put a piece of yarn on it, pull it through the pegboard, tie it on the back, and then I could switch it out and use it for different things if I want. Well, a pegboard is also great for displaying your cakes. So your girl's gonna display some cakes until I do my first market, which at the rate I'm going, probably next spring is when I'll realistically be able to like have enough inventory to actually do a market. Two other things I splurged on that are specific to my market are these little cupcake stands. So they've not only been good for my market stuff, but for my videos and my branding. I love them so much. Put my little cakes on here and it is just delightful. And another thing I'm picturing is making a gigantic crochet cake So I'll cut out cardboard or get like a big round foam something or other and then crochet like a little blanket around it and make it look like a cake. And I think that'll be a cute display. But yeah, the corkboard backdrop is going to be key. I'll put a little neon sign up there probably eventually, like a Crochet and Crumpets neon sign. But I want it to just look very fantastical, and British tea party is the vibe we're going for. And if that doesn't work, we'll change to Crochet and Sip a Soup. That'll be my new branding if the crumpets thing doesn't catch on. By the way, this morning I woke up to quite the surprise. I could not sleep last night. It was like 4:30 in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock before I could fall asleep. I am now a nocturnal animal. I just don't sleep until the sun comes up, apparently. But since I couldn't fall asleep, I'm like, well, I might as well do something fun. So I made an Instagram reel and I woke up and it had over 100,000 views on it. And now it's up to 191,000. Does that mean it's viral? Is it a million that's viral, or is it over 100,000 that's viral? I don't know, but it's so viral, I feel like I'm getting a sore throat. What? 191,000 views? Who is she? It's just of me organizing my color wall, or my colored cubes, which is exciting because I'm going to do the exact same sort of video with these here cakes, and maybe it will also go viral. It's going to be like herpes up in here. It's so viral. Oh my god. Anyway, that was graphic. That was too graphic for 10 p.m. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:30 p.m. It's dinner time. I'm gonna go make some cake. Okay. Well, that was fun. I need to go to bed. Okay, bye. Good morning. Now let's go to the next day and the Dana who forgot that we already had an intro to this video. Hello friends, welcome back to Crochet and Crumpets. I'm Dana. Nice to meet you, or nice to see you again. Today is a glorious day because I am on my final day of organizing all my crochet projects and giving my yarn a little makeover. And eating cheese straight off the cube like a savage, like you do. In March, I relaunched my crochet channel and got it monetized, and I have put so much time and effort into making new patterns and crocheting fun projects. So several years ago, I decided to start a crochet channel and business. I was traveling full time. I launched it. I bought all this beautiful yarn and just recently got that paid off. Now, it was quite difficult to do that business from the road, but I made it work. And the way I made it work is I organized all of my yarn by brand, by color. It's actually quite satisfying having it all organized and color-coded. And then I packed them in these really sturdy plastic bags. A lot of people ask me where I got them. I'll link them below. And once I was done traveling full-time, I moved into a house, but there wasn't enough room to organize my crochet stuff. So there my yarn sat in those bags. I think there were about 15 or 16 of them. And not only did I have my yarn in those bags, I also had a bunch of my whips and handmade crochet, like ponchos and beanies and blankets on blankets on blankets, all the fun stuff. So I moved into this apartment, got everything settled, everything clean, and then it was time to tackle my yarn. But wait, there's more. We're gonna get there, right? Someday? Ta-da! Oh, by the way, I also make Instagram videos. Excuse me. I want to join the party. I first got inventory of all that yarn. I counted it. I just got reacquainted with it. I pretty much remembered what I had, but there were a few surprises. When did I buy Taco Bell Diarrhea Green? I don't remember purchasing Taco Bell Diarrhea Green. Oh well, welcome to the club. Should charge that one a $15 initiation fee. Ew, she ugly. I had it in bags for so long and I wanted to sort it so I could visually see it. So when I look at it, I not only know what I have, but it's also somewhat inspiring because it's pretty to look at. I've also got a ton of questions on those cubes, so I'll link those. I'll link everything I use in this video down below. My yarn spinner, my pegboard, everything. It'll be linked down there because it has been life-changing for my organization. So that was my March project. And then I relaunched my crochet channel, and all of my time and energy went into building up my channel, making videos, making handmade crochet, making patterns, and then making custom orders and getting them shipped out. Just basically making enough money from my crochet to survive. So I kind of set all my cleaning to the side to make that happen. So the past week I have just been doing nothing but organizing the remainder of my crochet stuff. Yes, all my skeins were organized, looking beautiful, super inspiring, but I did not have a system for all of my whips and frogs. And a lot of you have asked, what are whips and frogs? Whips are works in progress. So crochet I've started that I have not finished. For those of you asking what frogging is. Frogs are projects that I want to take out and turn back into yarn.
Ribbit, ribbit.
They're projects I don't want to finish, basically. So yarn was organized, but all of my other projects were not. Plus I'm planning future videos. So I would pull yarn out, throw it on my floor, find the colors that I wanted to use for that next video. And I have a lot of video ideas, so it was just becoming absolute chaos in my living room. But I also find it somewhat inspiring to see all the colors. If it's out of sight, out of mind, I'll never finish the video or finish the project. So it does help me to have them out so I can see them. And while I'm crocheting, I get ideas, so I'll pull yarn, throw it in the pile. So over the past week, I have been coming up with a system to store all of these beautiful projects, but do it in a way that doesn't create utter chaos. I want my living room back. Now, back in late April, I was sent this lovely piece of furniture, which has allowed me to hang a bunch of my finished projects, organize all of my whips, and hold some of my yarn, and it's been amazing. Did I procrastinate making it for 3 weeks? Yes. Yes, I did. This thing was a beast to put together, let me just tell you. Say a little prayer for me. L brackets saved my life.
A little different than all the rest.
So as I was putting this together, there my yarn sat. So yeah, my apartment has been an entire disaster for about 3 months. I don't know if any of you had really bad perimenopause or menopause symptoms, but I have been having crazy symptoms like jump scare alert, but this is what my eyeball was looking like every 5 to 7 days. And 2 reasons I'm sharing that. One, if anyone has had that and they know WTF it is, please let me know in the comments. Also, I shared that in a vlog video and my friend Catherine was like, holy cheese balls. My eyes were doing that too after my hysterectomy. So if nothing else, just sharing to 1, make people feel less alone, and 2, maybe help me figure out what's going on. I have been having crazy symptoms and just like wiping me out. And I procrastinated building this furniture for 3 weeks because I was pretty much bedridden for 2 of them. I've always been a really good sleeper, but I'm getting like perimenopause night sweats. I am now a nocturnal animal, and holy shit, is it ever affecting my entire day. It's kind of a blessing in disguise because I was doing more travel video content and more active content, but because I haven't been able to be so active, I'm like, what can I do to make money while I'm sitting on my arse? Because it's physically impossible for me to do much. Like I'll go on a morning walk and have to come back home and go to sleep or lay down for a little while. But then there's weeks where I feel fantastic and feel back to myself. When I was done building this armoire, I left for a week-long vacation, and when I got back from vacation, I crashed for a week, almost 2. I was just so exhausted, but I did go to the doctor, got some testing done, figured some shit out, and I have been feeling better ever since. Fingers crossed, we shall see. It's been a few weeks now since I went to the doctor, so I finally had the energy to tackle this project and just get it done done and it feels so good. I'm editing Dana and my health is still good. My channel is growing and my house is clean. Can I get 7 hallelujahs and 15 amens? I'm feeling so groovy and I appreciate you guys for hanging out, and for any of you who have had a hysterectomy or lost an ovary and had crazy symptoms afterward. I feel for you, I hear you, and I believe you that you're feeling the way you're feeling, and sending you so much love because it is so frustrating and it's not fun at all. But anyway, did we just have side quest inception? Did we just do a side quest inside of a side quest? Okay, back to the video. But this week, I promised myself I would not stop organizing this stuff until absolutely everything is done. Every single pair of scissors, every single cherry, every single needle has a place. Now, as I was going through storage, I also found my yarn spinner. I bought one because of Instagram. I had never used one and I got it out and I have been obsessed with making cakes, as you can see. However, now I have a new problem. Where do I put all my cakes? I'm loving the cakes, especially because my branding is Crochet and Crumpets. I love displaying the cakes on the little cupcake tiers, and I'm also going to use that display for my market. I'm getting a ton of pieces crocheted and getting all my displays together. I think I'll be able to do it beginning of next year if I'm being realistic. I have a ton of bandanas, I have a ton of scrunchies and shawls and sweaters, but I also want to make blankets and stuffed animals and stuff like that. So got a lot of work to do, but I'm slowly getting the stuff I need for a market. So today we are on Project Cake. Oh, but first I want to show you a couple organization things I completed since the last video. I'm in love. I'm in love. So you guys have seen how I folded everything. However, I have changed a few things. I put these front and center. All my hooks are right here up top. It was down here, but it was killing my vibe when I wanted to pull the basket out. So I think it's gonna go better right there. Another thing I did is I wrote out all of my video ideas because these are the ideas I have in my head. But I not only wanted to not forget the video ideas I had, I put these near the projects so I can easily find stuff. And this is just, this feels so settled, so nice. This was all organized in my mind, but it was sitting on my floor everywhere and just scattered. I still need to find a spot for those, obviously. Frog basket I need to fold, but we're so close. I need to write out one of these, how many beanies can I make in 24 hours? I did that a couple years ago and I think I made somewhere in the 20s. I want to see if I can beat my old record with that. Also in here we have the baskets, but I went ahead and labeled them. How many scrunchies can I make in 24 hours? Trying for the first time? No one knows how to pronounce that word, right? It's not just me. Okay. How many beanies can I make in 24 hours? There it is. There it is. I like putting cherries on my cakes because Crochet and Crumpets, yes, branding. And then Crochet the Rainbow, next up is lavender. So that will be my next rainbow video anyway. So I can still visualize everything, but I can also close the doors and have a little piece. Yes. Oh, that's so nice. Same thing in here. I went through and found a place area for all my cupcake tiers. We've got our scrunchies. This is how I'm going to display it for the market. I'm going to put little stuffed animals and trinkets on here to display them at the market. I'll probably bring a couple hanging things to display bandanas here, and then I'll display my shawls. I also have this rack which is holding my spring bud sweaters at the moment, and then more ideas, everything I've made so far this year, and then scrap yarn projects. I get a lot of ideas for videos, so it helps me to write them out so I don't forget them. And I probably won't make every single one, but definitely going to make the majority of them. I also feel like if you write stuff out, you're more likely to complete it. This is my storage for more bandanas. These drawers are super organized. I was gonna cake these up, but I didn't want to because I'm not using them right away. And then final drawer down here, super organized. Got some works in progress bandanas down there. And then in here, I am going to make a chaos cardigan. Have you guys seen the TikTok like making a chaos blanket things? I'm gonna make a chaos cardigan. It'll be a fun scrap yarn project. I'll pick a color out of a hat, I'll roll the dice to see how many rows I'm making in that color. So that's gonna be a video coming up. Crochet a scrap yarn bag, that could be fun. But everything's just super organized. I decided to put my purse hangers up here. Gonna make some purses and bags soon. And summer buds blouses are in there. And then I didn't go buy a basket. I'm not going to spend any more money on my crochet right now. So just kind of tuck those in there, but I will go and get a Walmart basket. I think they still have these ones at Walmart, so they will match, which will be nice. But for now, that will work. And then we have cakes. Why does this make me hungry? I don't know. I'm not sure. Now I have a little meditation space upstairs, so I'm gonna put my meditation rug up there and put my sound bowls around it. But I made a pattern for this rug, but it's also a coaster and a placemat. It's the same pattern, 3 different designs or 3 different items. So I'll be launching that pattern soon. I always test my pattern like at least 3 times before I put it out. So I'm gonna make sure that's good to go, but so cute. And I'm gonna make a handbag out of the t-shirt yarn. In other words, I cannot wait for this to be completely clean because I have so many projects I wanna get started on. So I had no idea what to do with my cakes. I came up with a solution. I had this pegboard in my Amazon cart, and it was something I was going to eventually buy for my markets. I have another project I'm working on that I didn't want to let you guys know yet until I got it most of the way finished, but it's relevant. For my market, I wanted to get a pegboard wall to not only hang purses and feature different crochet items, but also I want to make a rose wall out of crochet. That project is going to take a while for sure, but if I make one a day, I'll be more than ready by the spring. And then I'll have a nice crochet and crumpets flower backdrop. It'll be really pretty for the market. But then I had an idea. Now, what if I do the rose wall on the back of the pegboard, and on the front of the pegboard, I make a cake wall? And that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I am going to place the cakes on the wall. So of course I'm going to put them in pretty rainbow order or figure out how to display them so they're nice and pretty. I've seen a lot of people make these cake walls up on a pegboard on their wall, but I got this because it's mobile. And so I can either have the cake wall out and displayed and giving me much inspiration, or I can turn it around and display my rose wall. Or if I'm not feeling like I want a ton of color, because sometimes it doesn't make me feel inspired, it makes me feel overwhelmed, I can easily put this away in the other room and just get it out of sight, out of mind. And I can also cover it with a bed sheet so that way a ton of dust doesn't get all over my skeins. So it'll be really easy to store and then take out when I want to use it, put back when I'm finished. So I'm very, very, very excited about this, mainly because I'm going to have my living room back and I'm going to have a beautiful cake wall. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're getting there, yay. Okay, so 2 things I need to do before I start putting stuff up on the pegboard. Number 1, I need to make sure that everything is caked that I want caked so I can then organize it. Now I'm really, really, really close. I spent last night finishing up about 98% of the cakes that I wanted to complete. However, I have quite a few frog projects and I want to cake those, and then I have this color yarn that I want to cake up because I'm making an autumn bud sweater in this color. So let's hop over into Yarn Spinner land and get a literal everything caked up. Like literally. It's been such a tricky balance trying to combine my lifestyle and my apartment with running a business, and figuring that out and the crossover has been a little chaotic. Like running a business out of your home, like if I was working at a restaurant for instance, everything would be properly labeled and put away, and you do your side work every night, and although you hate your side work, you have to do it before you clock out. So I want to get literally everything meticulously meticulously organized, put in its spot so I know where it goes. And I have to do my side work every night before I go to bed, because I want my apartment to not only function as a business, but also as a house. Ever since I brought all of my bags up in March, it's just been such a crazy living environment because I didn't know what to do with all of this stuff. Now I have a system. I got the armoire, I got the pegboard. Thank you to those of you who have been like, I can't wait till you get back to crocheting. Me too, girl. Me too. And that's what I have been doing. I've been setting my cleaning stuff aside to only crochet, and it's time to get it completely organized so I can function a little better. And it's also a lot more inspiring. So I can still see my projects, but it's organized. Yay. Okay, let's go frog some stuff, shall we? Ribbit, ribbit. So the cake in progress right now is I'm combining 2 of these together. I made a spring bud sweater in this yarn. It's Baby Bee Sweet Delight Bashful. It's so soft and so cozy, and I did it with a double strand, and it's probably my favorite spring bud sweater I made. So been enjoying that. And I'm also gonna make it in my summer bud shorts and my summer buds blouse. So caking up a bunch of the double strands together so I can get all that stuff going. So soft. It's really a pain in the butt to work with, but it's so soft. I love it. It really likes to tangle, so I'm just gonna go slow and steady. I've made 2 cakes. This will be enough for the shorts, and now this will be enough for this blouse. And then I have a little baby guy that's tangled and I didn't want to deal with it, so we'll put him over here to the side. Okay, so I've pulled all the frog projects that I want to cake up. I have several more, but they're wool yarn or the thicker yarn, and I don't want to make cakes out of that yarn, only the acrylics and the cottons and the polyester. So I've got random blankets I started that I was somehow increasing on accident. I've got a spring bud sweater that I started in this color, but decided I liked this color a little better. As pretty as it is, I think I am going to frog it, and it's attached to a skein. So gonna cake all that up. This is a really cute shirt I made, but something was wrong with the cha-cha area. And I also learned that I like doing a tie back so I can tighten these as they stretch out over time. Or I could just put elastic in this and fix the cha-cha area. I'll think on this one for a second. Another blanket I started that I'll never finish. A couple crop tops I started that I'll never finish. I mean, this one's actually really cute, but I think I'd rather start over, make something else with this yarn. I don't have much of this, and I got it at a random boutique in Livingston, Montana back in the day. So there's like no way I have any idea what this yarn is or where to find it again. So I'm gonna go downstairs, see if I can find the rest of this yarn, and I'll put it all together. A bandeau top, super nice material, gonna cake it. A poncho I started making, didn't love the color, so gonna cake it. And then another spring bud sweater. I love these colors, but just not together. So instead I'm going to make a summer buds top out of the greens, and then a separate summer buds top out of the oranges. But I don't love them all together. It's too much color all at once for me. This is a really cute bralette I started, but why did I put this in the frog basket? Oh, I also have another project I'm using this yarn for, and I ran out and I didn't want to buy more yarn. So I'll think on that one while I'm caking the others. We're attached. And then I started making a basket. I combined a wool yarn with a cotton, and I quite like it actually. I even have some wooden dowels I was thinking about putting in it to give it some structure. And then I really like this little pattern I came up with. I hope I can recreate it, but putting this thin yarn on top of the thick yarn looks really cool. So I'm just gonna take a picture. It'll last longer, and hopefully I can recreate that someday, but I'm not going to have enough of this yarn to finish the entire basket. And I'm not buying any more yarn. I refuse. So we're gonna frog this one. It's not all a loss though. Like, doesn't this look like a gingerbread man house? It kind of looks like the awning. Maybe that's inspiring for my Christmas makes, but I hope I can remember how to do this little pattern. I just kind of went rogue. I didn't know what I was doing, and I tried some stuff and I was like, hey, that's cute. That's my basket story, and I'm sticking to it. But I'm gonna go ahead and frog this up so we can finish this dang yarn makeover series already because I'm so excited to get back to crochet. Having everything organized right now is so incredibly inspiring. And a lot of you have told me that this has inspired you to clean up your craft room and give it a little makeover. So I'm glad you're getting some inspiration. It's not fun at all while you're doing it. It's actually quite painful. But you know, for me, it was necessary to get all this stuff organized. I'm also like inching toward being able to do a market, which I'm really, really excited about. It's been quite an investment of my time and income and all of that, but I'm inching there. And guys, I'm getting like 100 new subscribers every day on this channel. So welcome to those of you who are new. I can't believe it. I started this channel in 2023 and I was traveling full time, and then I did 1, 2, 3 moves in the course of a year. So it's just been somewhat impossible for me to get my crochet stuff organized, and I relaunched in March and I was monetized by May, and I'm just so grateful for you guys for watching. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm just so pumped up about this channel and feel really lucky that I get to wake up and create for a living. So thank you to everyone who has purchased a pattern, and those of you who show up every day and share some love in the comments. Like, it really, really helps my channel grow, and I appreciate you so much. I'm so close, I'm so close, I'm so close. Okay, let's get these cakes made and then we'll start on the yarn wall. Another basket that I started. So I doubled up some of this yarn with some cotton to make it a little more sturdy. However, I am not going to have enough of this yarn and I'm not buying any more. So we're going to frog it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this one kind of hurts because it's so pretty. I've been sitting and thinking about it and I decided we're frogging it, mainly because I don't have enough of this yarn. It's loops and threads. It's a delicate DK 3-weight yarn. So I've set a goal for myself to spend 0 more money on yarn this year unless it's for a specific custom order. So obviously if someone wants a Lahaina shawl in the color pearl or the color dozer, then I'll go buy that yarn for the specific project. But now that I'm organized, I don't want to be bringing any more inventory in. I have everything I need for the projects I have planned. I even have yarn to make pumpkins, and I'm making a whole Christmas village. I have everything I need for that. I have every color, I have the type of yarn I need. Being this organized is also going to help me save money because it's quite obvious how much yarn you have when you put it all on your living room floor. Maybe I want to make a big cushy blanket, but I don't have the yarn for that at the moment, so that project's gonna have to wait. So yeah, this organization has really, really helped me. For example, I got a couple scrunchie orders and I thought I was out of the yarn, so I went and bought the yarn, and then while I'm organizing, I found that yarn like in a random collection. So this is really going to help me save money and keep me from buying the same thing twice, and just this organization, it actually feels like it's a professional business at this point. So if I wasn't building up a crochet business, I probably wouldn't be this hyper organized. I also wouldn't have this much yarn, but it is something I've invested in and feels so good to be there. We're there, man. or there. It's so tricky to switch from work mode to I'm just Dana hanging out at home mode, and it all just kind of mashes and jumbles together. And I've been finding that I don't give myself time to be off of work. I feel like I'm always working. Even when I'm relaxing, I'm crocheting things and coming up with ideas. So I'm gonna have a very intentional end to my day where I do my clean, put things away, and then I'm in just relaxed home from work mode. So I think having that little ritual will help me get into a better work-life balance. Basically, that's my story. Okay, let's keep caking this stuff up. Quite a bit done, and then I'm also realizing how much there is left to do. Hello! So I went down and found any of the yarn that I can combine with my frogged projects just to make a bigger skein out of it. And then I also came across all of my scrap yarn, and I forgot that I do want to cake that as well. Even the little itty bitty guys, I like how they look on top of the cupcake tiers. So I have a box of that to cake. It's right in here. Yes, it is. So gonna get all that unwound. These are kind of a pain in the butt to cake because there's much less caking and much more untangling of the yarn. This is what I have done, and this is how much I have left. I'm definitely gonna put together the cake wall in the morning just so I have more light. So is filming. You know, if I wasn't filming this, I would just stay up till 2 a.m. and get it finished. But I do want to make a fun time-lapse video out of making my yarn wall. Of course you do, as one does. And hopefully I'll get to separating the colors into seasons tonight. I'm gonna take a dinner break, and then we'll come back and get all of this spun up. And that is my present frog basket right there. So I'm just gonna do it all. Even the thicker yarn I will wind up by hand, make it a ball, and then I won't even need a frog basket. This can return to my blanket basket and all is well. I also have a hamper I'm gonna bring down, and I'll put any working projects and frog things that don't have a spot into the hamper so it doesn't end up on my floor. Even little things like this. We're gonna get it spun up into a cake. Oh gosh. See, we can't have any more of this. This is ridiculous. This doesn't really put me in a creative mood for some reason. I can't really explain why, if you know what I'm saying. It's craziness. We're not doing this anymore. No thanks. Oi! Okay, I'm still frogging away. This was gonna be a shawl. I was gonna make an ombre shawl out of it. But, however, I think I like this color for summer buds. I'm gonna frog it up and leave it as an option. I'm doing a how many summer buds can I make in a week project. So I just want to have options, and I'm all stocked up on shawls. Plus I want to make one of each, and I'll display mine at the farmer's market, but then I will wrap up the other ones, and then they're like, oh, I like this one, so I'll give them the packaged one. That way it'll be nice and fresh and clean. We'll have been protected from the elements in transit and all of that. I know people going to a farmer's market, they understand that these things are being transported and exposed to the elements, but I just feel like that will be nice. And then I can always have mine on display. I'll always have one to wear, and I don't know, I think I'm gonna like that a lot. So I'm gonna make double of things that at least I want to keep for myself and wear and use. Okay, I just ate dinner, feeling good. Here's the situation. I found these skeins. Get anything that's not labeled, caked up, and then I'll have more options for my cake wall. I don't think all of these are gonna fit. So some of them will go back in with the cube storage, but definitely looking forward to doing this tomorrow. So I'm kind of curious to see how many cakes this is gonna turn into. my God, it's like actually giving birth. Sometimes the middle just pulls right out, and other times, ooh, do your Lamaze, girl. I tried to pull from the outside. It's not going to work. Holy shit. This has been an issue with a lot of Pound of Love. It's like a Russian doll. Oh my God. Oh my actual God. Where is the middle? Oh, this is just a gigantic. This is a mess. Holy hell. I keep going down to find the matching yarn, and then I find others that I want to cake. I'm gonna give this one 15 minutes. If I don't finish it by then, oh my dear God, I'm gonna just go put it back. Come on, love, you can do it. All right, Jesus, bye. So here's the center, sort of. I'm gonna clip here. Ow! Like a true ass rebel. There we go, that's nice. This is a nice icy blue color though, I love it. Very satisfying. See, that's nice. We're flowing. I don't know where this ends and where this begins, so we're just gonna put that to the side for now. Okay, we continue. I'm not joking. I've been working on this for 50 minutes, but I'm getting so close now. I don't want to stop. I have these ones and I want to make a huge one out of that. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, I really want to make a spring bud sweater out of this. Even though I've already made all my spring colors, I really like this kind of icy blue. I think it will look pretty in the winter. It's either ice blue or toothpaste. I can't tell which. Oh my gosh, it's so tangled though. It's insane. I've never had one this bad. Never. I tried to pull it from the center. I don't. There's gonna be like one tiny little knot that is the culprit, and then it's all gonna be easy. That's what I keep telling myself. Oh my God, I'm making it worse. Definitely making it worse. Well, I'll give it another 15 minutes or so. I need to get some other stuff done today, so... Ooh, come on. We gotta keep it separated. Release. For the love of God, release. Oh my God, this is a little too intense for a random Tuesday evening. Here's the culprit. A culprit. Little knot. Here's another little knot. Anyway, we're still doing it. This isn't even one of the frogs that I wanted to frog. It's just a pretty color I saw when I was trying to find a different skein, and I got all sorts of inspired. Oh my God. What the fuck? 15 more minutes. We'll give it 15. Okay. Well, anyway. Holy freaking hell. We did it. It took almost 2 hours to get this one skein done. But I'm watching a good podcast, so it's fine. I'm gonna do this one. It's the same amount of yarn, and I wanna see how long this one takes. We ain't spending no 2 hours on this. I can guarantee you that. Actually, I'm gonna try this one because the center is pulling out easily. We're gonna see if we can't get her done in about... It should take 10 or 15 minutes to cake one of these. Not a whole freaking 2 hours. All right, I'm timing it. We are at 11 minutes right now. It could be so easy. And sometimes it takes 2 freaking hours. If I wasn't into the podcast I was watching, I would have given up on that and just maybe thrown it off a cliff. But I was like, I'll just give it 15 more minutes. And then I got into my podcast, and then I think another hour went by, but I got it done. How pretty is this color? I love it. I'm trying to decide, is this a winter color or a fall green? I don't really know what season this would go in. No. No, we do not. Or yes, we do not. You're so naughty in all the ways. Good gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm not stopping now. Okay. We were right there, man. We literally have maybe 15 feet left. Come on. I cannot wait to crochet. It's been too long. Yay, we made it. Hallelujah. And do you wanna build a snowman? Oh my god, this yarn will not frog. Very grabby. I might have to just throw this away. I got it in Montana when I very first started crocheting. It's a pretty color, but it's not sparking joy. I don't know if anything's gonna spark joy at this hour. I'm gonna do this one, and I'm gonna do this one, and these marvelous ones, and then go to bed. Oh my gosh, did I pull out the center just like lickety split? No problem? You don't say. Gucci on, Gucci on. I'm in the Louis Vuitton. I'll still made you look, still made you look. So as of this past month, crochet has become my full-time gig, and I'm only seeing it growing, which is so exciting and so inspiring. And it's kind of helped me double down on getting this organized and treating this more of a business than a hobby. And I truly do have you guys to thank, because I would not be able to do this if it weren't for you watching these videos. So thank you again. I guess we're making 280 cakes to celebrate. No, I was really encouraged by my viral video the other day of my yarn cube storage, and I just decided to go for it. We're doing the yarn wall, and I think this cake footage is kind of fun, so I'm gonna let some of it play. Some of it is from this evening, some of it is from a couple weeks ago, but it's kind of pretty to watch. So I'm just gonna play a little music and let's have a cake party. Is that color therapy for you as much as it is for me? I kind of like it. It's much more fun to watch it than it is to do it. I can tell you that right now. So this glitter yarn is so difficult to cake. First of all, you have to separate all the colors from the skein, and it's really sticky and really grabby. Have you guys ever worked with this yarn? You also have to tie so many different strands together, and the knots get caught. Usually they don't get caught in the yarn winder, but just the texture of this, it makes my yarn spinner jam, and it's kind of a pain. I figured out a way to do it. I kind of hold it up with my finger so it doesn't get stuck on that little crease right before it gets wound up into the skein, so it sort of worked. It's the sugar wheel cotton, but like the sparkle cotton. I made a bunch of my summer bud sweaters in this cotton, and I also want to make some shorts to match, so against my will, I'm taking the time to cake all this up. Very happy I did. So in the next video, I'm going to count my cakes and complete the cake wall. If you made it this far in the video, write "sip a soup" in the comments below and I'll write you back. Thank you so much for watching to the end. This was a long one. You made it. Thank you for joining me and celebrating making crochet my full-time living at the moment. So I appreciate you. See you next time.